You're watching Mind Pursuit Podcast, where families get restored, transformed, and healed. Cause he never ever lose a battle. He never ever lose a battle. God never ever lose a battle. He never ever lose a battle. You're watching Mind Pursuit Podcast, where families get restored, transformed, and healed.
What's up, my people? Welcome to the Mind Pursuit Podcast. I'm your host, Masinzuki, the Mind Advocate, and we are on the final episode of Season 2. Have you learned? Because for me, I have learned a lot. We talked about drugs and substance use. We've talked about marriage and family dynamics. And we started off by me highlighting how my year has been, what I'm looking forward to, how my last year has been. So I hope you're following through with me. If you are, thumbs up. Just put a thumbs up. Or say thumbs up in the comment section below. And remember to subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Season finale. I don't know why I'm super excited. And you can see that I am in a very nice place. If you're looking for a place to just, ground, feel nice, experience wellness, go to a field somewhere, This actually what I'm doing with my feet is what we call grounding. Like when you step on grass, do you know there's that feel good feeling? I don't know whether you feel my vibe. Yeah? So whenever you're stressed or you're feeling overwhelmed, try out going to, if you're in Nairobi, visit Karura Forest, go to a place that is, outside. It actually does wonders. You feel replenished. So as we talk about the season finale, I'm holding my phone because I have prompts that are guiding me as we talk about this particular section. And if you're new in this space, this section is a solo section and we refer to it as the Mind Advocates Corner. So my corner today is on grass, on green grass. Yeah? So what was my biggest takeaway from the drugs and substance use session? Relapse is part of recovery. So even if you're struggling with drugs, with addiction, and maybe you relapsed, don't beat yourself too hard. Extend grace to yourself. Relapse is part of recovery. And I've learned a lot around marriage and family dynamics. Still going back with relationships don't go wrong. They start wrong. And what that means exactly is whatever we are seeing in relationship. For example, if you're in a relationship that is toxic, this person is, and toxic relationship, these are people who are violating you either physically, emotionally, verbally, zile words wanakushow, or mentally. If you get into marriage with that particular person, it will be magnified. And it will your children, when you begin to have children will experience this toxicity. And that is why I say, as the Mind Advocate, that mental health struggles do not skip generations, but they get inherited in silence. So if you're yet to start to embark in a relationship, or if you're yet to settle in marriage, ask yourself, is it a healthy relationship or is it an unhealthy relationship? I liked how Damaris put it. Healthy relationship, one of the key factors is communication. Are you able to communicate amicably with one another on zile vitu zinawakwaza ama the things that make you feel good? Are you able to set boundaries? Are you able to trust each other? Are you able to respect one another? And it starts from dating relationship. And one thing that has stayed with me is marriage is work. So before you get into it, how are you cultivating your relationship? If you're married today, how are you cultivating your marriage life? When your children look at your marriage, is it something that they envision to have in the future? Do they like what they see? Tafakari hayo. And one thing that also I would want to wrap it up with is we are always learning, we are always evolving. So we need to extend grace to ourselves. We need to extend grace to the people who we are in romantic relationship with, knowing that no one is perfect. Wow. Now, the single most important truth that I have learned through the Leadership by Influence series, because that's the series that we were on, is self-awareness. You need to know yourself. You know, I love quoting this quote. One Chinese man said, "A man who understands others is knowledgeable, but a man who understands himself is wise." With understanding yourself comes wisdom. So do you know yourself as a young person? Are you taking time to cultivate, to nurture yourself before extending it to the other person, to your spouse, to your children? Are you taking time as an individual to cultivate yourself and cultivating yourself holistically? I remember what Margaret said. We need to look at ourselves as holistic beings. That means, how are you cultivating yourself mentally? What are you doing? Maggie's talked about, she's reading books, yeah, and Brené Brown was one of her favorite, one of the authors that she mentioned, and Brené Brown is an amazing author. And if you're looking for a book to read, look out for a book called Daring Greatly by Brené Brown. And I know it's going to bless you. And that is one way you will be able to cultivate your mind. How do you nurture your emotions? How do you take care of your emotions? And emotional intelligence is being able to understand your emotions. So how do you understand your emotion? Do you take time to replenish yourself? What do you do when you're agitated? When you're angry? And one thing we learned from Damaris, as couples, never solve problems when you're angry, so that we avoid the conflict escalating. Because one of the things that causes conflict to escalate is us being able to, indulge in conversation when we're already mad. You're not thinking objectively at that particular point in time. So emotionally, how are you cultivating your emotions? How are you taking care of your physical well-being? Looking demure, looking the part. What are you doing? Are you loving on yourself? You're the only one who can better love on yourself. Better than anyone else. If there's any English like that. Better love yourself. Better than anyone else. You're the most important person to yourself. So how do you take care of yourself? Are you able to apply good grooming? What do you do to take care of your physical well-being? And then spiritually is king. What do you do to take care of your spiritual well-being? Yeah? Do you fellowship with believers? With other believers? Do you read the word for yourself? Very important. Before you go to church and have the pastor, tell you to read a particular verse, do you take time to read the word and understand it for yourself? Do you take time to pray? That is how you cultivate your spiritual well-being. And that is how you cultivate your relationship with God. So how do you take care of yourself holistically? And lastly is socially. Do you interact with people? Watu ni mali, people are doors. Are you able to interact with people? There is nothing new under the sun. So what you're looking for, somebody else already has it. And the only way you'll come to know about it is when you have conversation with this particular person. So are you able to network and relate with people? And one last thing is around leadership. Leadership is about influence. And let's agree, you cannot lead others where you have not been. So leadership starts with leading yourself. So what are you doing to lead yourself, to lead your life? During this particular season, I don't know what is happening with your life, and feel free to put on the comment section below. If you were to describe this season, what one word would you give it? feel free to put it in the comment section below. And let us learn together, because I am curious to also learn from you. We said here at MPP, or Mind Pursuit Podcast, you are not just a listener, you are also a contributor to this conversation. So how are you feeling? What one word can you say, can you put on the chat below to highlight how you are this season? What's that one thing that you're taking with you in this particular season? After listening to all the episodes, feel free to put on the chat below. And if you're going through any particular stressor and you're looking for somebody to talk to, remember you can always reach out to us on 07 45 50 66 56, and we'll be able to help you, because everyone needs help. Yeah? And it is okay to seek help. So feel free to reach out to us. I will encourage you to stay tuned so that you can be able to learn and grow together with us.
You're watching Mind Pursuit Podcast.
As I talk about growth, I will not leave out the aspect of Jesus Whisper moment. What is it that God has been talking to me of late about? For me, it's the aspect of trusting Him in all seasons. You know, like the other day, there's a book that I'm reading with, and it's called Draw the Circle. He talks about a seed. We are seeds. Sometimes you may feel like vitu zinakawia before they come to fruition. Out of that small seed, we'll create an entire forest. Look at a classic example of a watermelon. It has numerous seeds, and that one seed can create a number of watermelons. So remember, you are a seed. All you need to do is cultivate yourself. So that is one thing that is staying with me. As I challenge you, I'm equally challenging myself to continue cultivating myself. And I know that I will see you as a leader. I will see you at the top. And if you're a young leader between the ages of 24 and 35, and you don't know a group of young leaders that you can be able to plug in, let me tell you about Powered Youth Leaders. Powered Youth Leaders is a group of premium young leaders who are ready to, cause global impact. Yeah, so our vision is building premium leaders for global impact. The 4 pillars that we are always, navigating and always learning is: 1, we are rooted in Christ. We love the Lord to the T, He is the core of our being. Secondly, we are real in our conversation. So we talk about mental health, we talk about life, we talk about the challenges we go through. We are able to challenge one another. The other thing is we are ready. We are leaders. Me, I'm in the mental health space, but we have people in the finance space. We have people in different spaces, influencing different spaces, as young as they are. And lastly, we are relevant. We want to remain relevant to this generation. So if you're a young leader and you want to plug in, feel free to check out PYL on IG or TikTok and plug in, and let us together grow each other and become the eagles that we are meant to be. And let us not compromise our standard. There's something I had the other day, that regardless of, in a jungle, even if all antelopes, every animal died, a lion, you'll never find a lion eating grass. It has never eaten grass, regardless of not finding something to eat. So for you in Powered Youth Leaders, we are setting a standard of young leaders. If you want to plug in, you'll be able to plug in. And if you belong to another leadership group, continue to grow, desire to become the best version of yourself, because in this space, we are all about growth. We desire that you become the best version of yourself. And I know I will see you at the top. So let's focus on embracing God. Let's focus on learning, on growing. Remember to subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and share this episode. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.